I'm Salenta Fox. I'm an energy healer, an energy practitioner, energy master, and a lot of other things. I've been using and playing with energy for the last 16 years consciously. I think all of us are using it all the time and we're just not aware of it. It started out personally, first being attracted to it, going into the Taoist practices, the Tantra practices, and even energy healing, realizing I had this innate knowledge and wisdom and flow that was just inside of me. And then as I started my professional practice doing clearing techniques, I was a quantum emotional clearing practitioner, which is an advanced tapping technique. And my mentor told me that our energy as a practitioner must be stronger than the person that we're with. So it was all about us clearing ourselves. And then when we're with them, doing the tapping technique, clearing them. And what I realized after hundreds and thousands of sessions with clients over many years is that I could clear these people without needing to do the tapping, without needing to do the physical action, because I was able to energetically clear them. So a few years ago, I really dove into this energy world, meditating for hours and allowing the energy to start to teach me, to observing it. And as I started using it in my daily life, it was during the pandemic, I had a lot of downtime and needed a lot of energetic, emotional, mental support during that time, like most of us. As I went into these practices and started to use the energy and being guided and taught by it, I realized that, and saw more like, that energy has a few dynamics and mechanisms of how it works. And then as we're leading people through meditations, as we're leading people through grounding exercises, what we're doing is we are directing the energy around our physical bodies, which our bodies are electromagnetic machines, really. And what we're doing is we are guiding it and directing it to either clear ourselves out, to ground ourselves, to bring ourselves back into our bodies, to elevate our energy and our body, to fill ourselves up. And what I realized and noticed there's a few key mechanisms that when applied, they're very simple, very easy, and can be applied in a matter of minutes. Now, this is how I stay centered. This is how I allow myself to be energized. I'm a human design projector. If you're familiar with what that is, I don't have a huge amount of energy to project out into the world. I do when I'm really aligned to something. But in my everyday life, there's a lot of things I'm not very aligned to that really need to be done. And then how do I access more energy? So over the last few years, I've really been into how do I expand my capacity? How do I let more in? And then, of course, life, like anyone else, has affected me. So how do I clear that stuff out? And these practices I use on the daily. I use them in the morning. I use them when I'm seeing clients so that I don't absorb any of their energy. I use it when I am needing to perform a little bit more, meaning, when I go on tour and I'm doing events, a week-long, huge energy expenditure, how do I then do that? And I use these techniques. So what I've created is a very easy to follow course that lines out and breaks down what these energy dynamics are and how to use them in your own life in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, either daily or when you need them. So that if you are someone who would like to start to manage your energy better, what I mean by energy is how you feel, how vitalized you feel, how energized you feel, how depleted you are, how stressed you are, how calm you are, and how emotionally and physically regulated you are. These practices are very simple. They're easy. They take a small amount of time. Once you know them, they're free. This is not something you have to pay to go to the gym. It is something you can apply in your life on the spot in any situation that you're in. So I'd love to share these with you. I have them broken down into these 3 categories of how do you maintain or protect your energy. And this is more effective and efficient than bubbling yourself if you're familiar with some of the more basic energy practices. Then the second one is clearing yourself out. What is the mechanism for clearing yourself out? And if you are just someone who would like to feel better, these methods work for you. If you're someone who works with other people, maybe you're a coach, maybe you are a healer yourself, what these do is remind you and break these things out that you're probably using already to then build on, add on, so that when you see the pieces, the individual pieces, it makes sense a bit more and you can enhance your practice and serve the people that you're with even more. And then the last one is we're clearing out, how do we fill ourselves up and how do we expand our energy fields? This can be to influence other people, but also how do we allow ourselves to tap into a greater energy store when we need it, when we have to perform a little bit more than usual, or when we need to be able to give more of ourselves than we feel that we're capable of in any moment. So these energy practices, I call them the spiral mechanism because we use it a lot. It has a lot of other dynamics and mechanisms. And what this is, it's human energy technology. When we are engaging in energy practices, these are really technologies that we're remembering, that we are noticing, and that we are breaking down in these practices that have been used for centuries through different modalities, the Taoist, the Tantra, and other energy healing modalities. So I invite you to feel into your body. Is this something that could benefit you? Would more emotional stability benefit you? Would having access to more physical energy benefit you in your life? And when life comes at you, hits, and things are out of your control, stress or being drained at work, would it help and would it benefit you to be able to release that within 5 or 10 minutes after a day, pressing a recording so you can listen and be guided through releasing that, leaving it in the car so before you walk into your home, you feel grounded, clear, and centered so you can give the best of yourself to your family. So how this is set up, it's a very easy to follow course. We go over the mechanisms and the dynamics if you are someone who is really interested in that, so that you can do it by yourself at any time. And if you think, whoa, that sounds like a lot of work and I'm really not interested in that, but I am interested in the benefits, this course also comes with recordings that you can access so that you can, with as easy as pressing a button, be shielded and protected, or be energized or be cleared, along with some other things that I know will benefit you along the way. So if this feels like something that resonates with you, that will assist you, please click the link below. We have live in-person classes, and we also have a virtual class that you can take and community to follow so that you can be able to share your findings with other people. And especially if you are a practitioner or someone who works with clients, even being in a service industry like a hairdresser, where you're in front of and interacting with people all day long, we can share in our community about what's working for you and how you're building on these practices, because these are the basics and this is the beginning. And this human energy technology is something that in the next few years is going to expand and explode, because more of us are tuning into our abilities, tuning into the natural energy flows around all of our bodies. And the more we become aware of it and be able to direct it and influence it, the better we feel more consistently. So I love you. I'd love to share this with you. And please click below and let's get started.